Hello and welcome, my lovelies. It is January 14th, 2020. Welcome to my channel, The Queen of Clovers. I'm the Queen of Clovers, Rachel. My readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. With unconditional love and gratitude, this is my charismatic gift I share with you. I thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, your views, your comments, your subscriptions. They are wonderful. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. We're going to go ahead and do this is going to be a Venus in Pisces reading. I'm been a little MIA because that Saturn conjunct Pluto, it was supposed to hit you with something that you weren't prepared to see yet. It was and it did. It got me. And I had migraines galore. But I am much better now. So I'm just going to do this Venus and Pisces reading for everyone. And then do a Venus and Pisces reading for each individual sign. And then just get back on the horse for the weeklies coming up. It's already looking good. So I have January 13th through February 7th is Venus in Pisces, and that is where it is an exalted, it's happiest. Venus is happiest in Pisces because Pisces is a very big romantic, and of course Venus is the planet of love and luck. So let's see what Spirit has for us for Venus in Pisces. I know people have been more amorous with me, and very, one of the reasons I was having trouble doing personal readings is because I do get a lot of strange offers, sexual offers on my email, which it's not appropriate, boys. It's not how you approach a queen. All right, so a lot of us have been getting offers. A lot of us have been refusing offers. A lot of us have been just realizing that one-word answers are not enough in a relationship. Oddly specific because it is. And that there is a lot of opportunity out there that's just pretty shockingly amazing. When you realize somebody has been watching you, there's this song that keeps popping up, and it's Who Are You When I'm Not Looking by Blake Shelton. And it's basically the whole concept of, you know, if you didn't know I was looking, what would they see? Well, it's kind of strange when you find out somebody's been watching you for a little while and you're like, what have they been watching? What did they see? Did they see? Oh my gosh, I've been crying at work lately too, so it's a little weird to bring that up. But yeah, it's a little weird. But at the same time, it makes you think really wholly about yourself, and because it's never about the other person, it's always about us. These readings are always about us. They're always about, this is a general reading for everyone. It's a collective reading. It's always about us and what we need to do to, you know, welcome the things in our life we want. It's not about what the other person is doing, although we always want to know, and we always kind of chide Spirit on, you know, come on, give us a little hint on that. They're not always willing to talk to me about love, mostly not. They really want me to focus on life, craft, action. That's why it's there. All right, so yeah, tender. Remember, this is a tender time of year, so we're, you know, gearing up for Valentine's Day. It's going to be very romancy very soon for everyone, I feel, because collectively, we can expect new love to go from 0 to 100 very quickly. I have the Jack of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts, and the 10, all next to each other and all in the upright. It's expect a message of love, and it's go for, like I said, whenever you get the Ace and then the 10 next to each other, that's from 0 to 60 in like Porsche kind of speed, or in Porsche kind of speed. I prefer an Infinity. I really want an Infinity, and I want it to be a manual, not an automatic. And yes, it's that on the line, get the message, and boom, it's like love is going to fall into our laps. And you don't always have to accept everything that falls into your lap, but it's also that sense of, I think I've talked about roles and goals before on this channel, and how, you know, you have certain roles you want to be in your life. You want to be a sister. I definitely would have liked to be a wife again. I loved being a wife, you know, when it was good. And I love being a mother. And even though I can continue being a mom, I just don't get to do it the same way I've been doing it the whole time, now that I have a 21-year-old and a 15-year-old, you know. They don't need babysitters. So it's that feeling of, complete change and transition in those roles and goals. Like you fall into this role of, you know, wife, girlfriend, father, mother, boyfriend, husband. You kind of like you kind of get the news, or somebody expresses a bit of a crush finally, and then next thing you know, you're like beyond gone. It is the season for beyond gone. It is the season to fall into the trap of just being in love for the sake of love. And sometimes the Jack of Hearts can be in love for the sake of love, and it goes fast. But remember to pay attention to red flags. Red flags, when you are enforcing them properly, remember, are deal breakers. And so remember to enforce those deal breakers. Don't let anything slide this kind of time of year, even though you're feeling romancy and everything. It is that idea to stand in our power no matter what. All right, so in the energy that's going to hit this romantic vibe of 0 to 60 in super fast red car speed is the 5 of Wands. Competition be coming in. And when you begin to see begin to see, this is like a big change too, but this is really marred with competition, and the fact that you maybe have some challengers in this love, or you maybe have more options challenging each other than you would be surprised. I do have the King of Swords in the reverse, and this is that failure to speak up. It's failure to decide. It is a little bratty too. And then it's like, oh, so I'm just going to focus on work. You don't want to be the one caught saying no to love. You don't want to be the one who's, you know, working on the reports while other people are, you know, getting ready to run out to the bachelor party and get married the next day kind of thing. It's that sense of, are you going to let competition scare you off? Are you going to fight? Put that in the upright, my loves. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it to put in the effort, to speak up, to just say something. Otherwise, if you're not in your power and you're just thinking, oh, there's competition, I'm just going to focus on work because I ain't that great right now. Well, you might miss your window. I do feel this card is like a window, and it's somebody looking out the window from their desk and their computer and not actually chasing their heart's desire, not taking that trip, that 0 to 60. It's kind of like, this makes me think of like, this might be the competition, the quiet ones. Too bad if you don't speak up kind of feeling. It's the quiet ones who are going to realize they need to do some work, and they just aren't qualified for this 0 to 60 ride. And some of us are wild enough that we can be, it feels just like it's those guys or those girls, you know, the other people just kind of like scooting out the competition, like, you know, calling uncle. It really does feel this way. And then I do feel like this king of, it feels just like this is the one who stands up. This is the one who, even if you're feeling about bratty and maybe even a bit selfish, I want my lover to be selfish about me. in certain ways. I don't want them to want to share me, kind of thing. As a lover, we definitely have other roles and goals that are lighting us up, and this one is kind of, it's like the position has been filled. So competition needs to like scoot their boot. And for those of you already in a relationship or in a marriage, it's like your husband or your spouse steps it up, and then basically they step it up in such a way that it's like you don't see the rest of the competition. It's like they've beat out the competition. Of course they have. You picked them, right? This is definitely the idea that also that this king is going to work on this. This king ain't going to take the victory and assume it's all great, because when this is the great cards, even though it starts with the 10 of, this is the pain is over with the 10 of swords. 10 of swords in the tarot, this is 10 swords in the back. You've been stabbed in the back. It sucks to be you. Da da da. You've been left for dead, but the pain is over. And that's because you've got your wish come true, and it's going public. This is definitely a very public victory. This is like, I like to think of this as like a power couple kind of feeling, like, because you came through that 4 of Wands, passionate. You've waited for each other. You've waited for the passion. You've celebrated together. And when you speak about love, this tenderness and love and affection, it's not just going to be a love, an Ace of Cups to a 10 of Cups, 0 to 60 romance. This is the kind of romance that goes really public, like fast. Like, I'm very private. I like to tell people, don't tell anybody we're dating or don't. And it's not because I'm embarrassed or ashamed. It's usually just because they don't want to deal with other people in a relationship early on. And especially if it goes sour. So it's that feeling of, it gets past that moment, when you start a relationship and you kind of, and you start to spend time alone together, and you just start to like get to know each other, and you kind of heal each other of some disappointments, especially if it's right, especially if it's done properly, and you really do it caringly and open-heartedly. It's so easy to continue to heal some of those old wounds and believe and get into the concept and the idea and the possibility that this is going to be great. Like, this, you're actually a nice person, and you actually are kind of considerate and attentive to me, that kind of thing. And you're just like, wow. And you've gone way past that moment, that private moment of like one-on-one dinners and coffees. And it just kind of, not only does this go 0 to 6, love can go 0 to 60 because we've done all the clearing. Not only does the romancy, Venus and Pisces part of it, the tender part of it goes 0 to 60 really fast. So does the part where you like meet each other's friends, spend that, it's like you start making plans together in the public eye. Like, oh, you have a work event. Well, I guess, you need a date. Well, I'm that date now, right? Kind of thing. Or, if you're in a relationship already, it's that kind of like deepening where it's like, oh, you have a work thing? Well, why don't we like get a hotel in the city right next to the event and spend the night in the jacuzzi there, kind of thing. It's that little extra stuff that's gonna be coming in, but it has that element of public. Like, I'm going to be hanging on his arm for this party. I have to look good. Or, I gotta look dapper. I gotta like wash the car to take her to this event, or rent something really nice. That extra. But it has that public, like, we're going to be around people that I work with all day. We're going to be around my family. We're going to be around my best friend. It's all that kind of energy of, not only is it going to go 0 to 60 in terms of that private emotional time. This is 0 to 60 in that public sphere as well, and routed out the competition in the middle. Just off with their heads kind of thing. I see that with the King of Swords, actually. Off with their heads. I've done the work. And I'm still going to do the work, because that's what gets us to the end of the reading, which is this 6 of Wands, this glorious 6 of Wands. That's the kind of love that is possible right now, says Spirit, and Venus in Pisces. So speak up. You should be setting the groundwork for your Valentine's Day extracurricular activities. You can't have a first date and expect to get laid, basically, on Valentine's Day is what I'm saying. So you should be laying that groundwork now, because you definitely have time with the speed of these opportunities. You just really have to speak up. There's, it feels like that coupling kind of energy, kind of like I just watched Spies Like Us with my son for the first time. And, after the bomb goes off and everything, and everybody's like, oh, we're about to have the end of the world. Everybody kind of pairs off, and looks at each other and kind of winkies like, it's the end of the world. We got 20 minutes, let's just do something a little risque with whoever you want. Yeah. It feels like everybody's pairing off right now. And if you have your eye on somebody, you better speak up, because if they're really that special and they're really that bright and lit up, they're going to get offers. I know I have. Oh, advice from Spirit. This is kind of long, but I'm going to pull some advice from Spirit. What should the collective of us do with all this energy? Okay. Patience. It's not your time to speak up. It's not your time. It's your time to rest, actually. And that is because I do have this King of Wands coming in. And the King of Wands is going to do the work. It does say this is... there's an allowing here. This is a let go of that anxiety. Stop putting energy into anxiety and fear and the need to remove things, because right now it's about resting, because we're about to have a King of Wands enter this ring. You're either the King of Wands or they are, but somebody is going to need to step forward. Because it's such a romancy time, I feel if you're the guy, you should be stepping forward into this King of Wands solution, taking care of it, energy, because it's just that romantic time of year. And this is why women are like, F me too. I want him to ask me out, and I want him to open my car door. And, even pour me my glass, 6 glasses of wine and pour a glass, these are these willingness, for this open-heartedness is the time of the season. All right, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Again, please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate if the spirit moves you. Everything is in the box below. And of course, I'm going to start those Venus in Pisces readings for each individual sign over the next few days. All right, have a good one.